Daphne Wallace here. I want to talk to y'all for a minute today about finding a recovery method and becoming whole again. And if you've lived a life of trauma and an addiction and or mental illness, usually some of us, of all of us, have experienced one or the other, or know someone who has. And was a lot of years that was spent soaking in all the negativity. So it possibly can take a lot of years before someone can let it go and move on with their life. For me in my life, I started finding my recovery method when I had started finding God again. I started focusing on my higher power, a strength greater than myself. And when I done that, I started finding a little bit of myself again and hope. Basically, that's what it is giving yourself hope, finding the hope and the platform that you can actually step on to walk forward in your life. And I had to accept my mental illness as existing, but not controlling me. That's where I am at and have been at in my life. So, for me, for a long time, I didn't want to have mental illness. I didn't want to. Who wants to have mental illness? Who wants to be an addict? You know, but I had set and didn't want to have the mental illness and everything to the point to where it was driving me crazy. It was driving me crazy trying to find out what is wrong with me. And by finding God, I started finding the curiosity to try to find out what is right about me. So I started finding my creative side again and started finding that spark in my soul that fueled me to have the courage to step up on to whatever this was at the time that I had that I could grab a hold of in my existence at that point in time. Because when you live a life of trauma, it can really set you off and throw you back to where you really don't know who you are anymore. So in order to find yourself again, you have to start somewhere, and that was my start. I had reached up and beyond. So I found myself when I had found God. I started finding myself, and I started finding hope, and I found my recovery platform basically. And so then I started realizing that my thought processes started changing, and I actually, instead of avoiding my past and avoiding things that were going on around me, I actually was able to look in the mirror and say, okay, Daphne, you're here. You are here now. You have your feet. Don't lose it. And so I encourage you all, to find your higher power, and that will be the first step in order um, to find your way to recovery. And it can be a very difficult thing, but you can do it. And you're not alone in the struggles that you have. And, sometimes it can really feel that way. But keep your chin up, keep positive, keep pushing forward. You got this.